Thanks for staying with us. The Nigeria Police Force has warned pranksters to be ready to face the consequences of some of their pranks. According to the police, the activities of the pranksters create more problems for the police on security management than what those pranksters gain from such pranks. Also, they will be made to face the wrath of the law for any harm their actions cause. Now, we'll be having later on this conversation the first public relations officer himself, FPRO, CSP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, to shed more light on this. We'd like to hear your thoughts first. What are your thoughts on these pranks by these pranksters? And have you ever experienced one, or have you seen one? Which one have you seen that really that was quite disturbing to you? I'd like to hear your views on this and your thoughts. You can call us on the numbers on your screen: 081-270-53687, and the other number that's also on your screen. So let's ask the ladies now. What are your thoughts on this? You see, you know how we Nigerians, we like to copy, because we know there's prank TV abroad. And even on cable in Nigeria, there are some shows where they play pranks. So I remember I used to like pranks TV back in the US there. So we just see something abroad, we travel abroad, we see it, and say, I can come to Nigeria and do exactly the same thing. But sometimes we forget that we have to modify it. You know, the person you're pranking abroad, he has belefu, you know, the trouble of the world is not, he is not on shoulder. So when you prank him, he can still come. Enough shock has over. But here, there's a way that you prank. Let me. So when you prank in Nigeria, yes, you might prank certain people that might feel it, but the way is the different scenario. So many people have actually complained that it is wrong. Some says, hey, can't you take a joke? Others are saying it's just a joke. Why are we so we lack some sense of humor? So what are your thoughts on this?
What I was going to say, Morayo, is that if they were doing the pranks like the ones that they are watching abroad, people will not complain the way they are complaining. How can you do a prank and you go and slap a policeman? I've seen where they've done prank and they go and slap soldier from behind.
And ran away.
There was one, the soldier caught him, beats him very well.
Beats the prank out of him.
Beat the prank. You know, those are evil pranks. There's one prank where these girls went for hookup and they came out dressed like juju people that they were going horrible. The girls started shouting, "Lord of Jesus, Lord of Jesus."
She fainted.
One fainted. Yes. The other one punched with them.
Yes.
That one was ready. You know, people could have died.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
People could, so they have carried it to another level of pranksterism that I've never heard of before or never seen.
Yeah.
You know, we're naturally extremists.
What are your thoughts on this? Do you think we should be into?
I personally don't like pranks. I will not prank you. Please don't prank me. Because you can prank me and I'm not in a state of mind to take it at the time. You don't prank people and they lose a lot of things at their expense. I saw one recently where they pranked, they would just say run and everybody's running. This woman was selling fruits. And when they said run, somebody started running and everybody was running. All her fruits just fell and scattered, and I'm sure there was no compensation for that. So we know that we want to copy, and you know the way the world is going, everybody wants likes and views. They want social media accolades so that they are making the numbers. If they put it on YouTube, so that YouTube will pay them. So you do that at the expense of other people. And I don't know how they do it abroad, but I know there are systems that will query them if those people are not duly compensated. I know that they put those things in place. Now, the issue of, for instance, making skits and using guns, you know. I remember when I was shooting Mame during January, I wanted to use a gun, the fake one. We had to get a license to be able to use it. Now, we're even shooting inside, though. We're not shooting outside. So if you want to do that, we must have, that's where the government comes in, a system where the people who are doing the skits are protected. They are licensed to do that sort of skits. So it's not everything that should fly. It's not everything we should be excited about. You know, when you're watching it and it's not you who is being done to, you will laugh about it. But can we ask ourselves, if this person has done this to me and I lost a lot of things, you know, I'm just trying to organize my life and then I'm losing my wares that I've displayed for sale, and then you tell me it's a prank. Well, sorry, it's a prank. And then they write some note and give to you. We need to be very careful. And this is where there must be systems that will help protect the people that are pranked, protect the people that are pranking as well.
Yeah. But you see, sometimes I like to also think that there's a system in place that we just choose not to follow it. Because for somebody to ask you to go and do it, get a license just for it. I mean, there's something in place where you cannot even have these things. So many Nigerians don't even care to find out, am I allowed to even prank? What are the rules surrounding something like this? Mariam, what are your initial thoughts on this?
We really don't, we don't really educate ourselves. That's the truth. A lot of us just get up and do stuff. And we also see when government steps in, we feel that they're trying to gag us, they're trying to stop us. They're not. We never try and put other people into consideration. Because some of the pranks are just morbid, evil pranks. Honestly. How it elicits laughter from people, I don't even understand. How do you put someone on the ground, drop the person, there's blood all over the person, you have blood all over you, and you run? What exactly do you expect people's reaction to be to that? This is a country where we're constantly talking of ritual killing, children being beheaded and, bodies being taken away, their organs being taken off. The government is fighting it, the police is on the case of ritualists, and then you come and do that. What exactly do you expect people to say or do when they catch you after doing that? You want to stand there and then laugh with us and say, oh, I was just joking. What is funny about ritual killing? What is funny about putting some people in a room and coming out as if you're a ritualist? What message are you trying to pass? It makes no sense at all. There are pranks I have seen also abroad. There's this laugh out loud, very funny guy that does really nice, cute, lovable, teachable things, You even learn from it. I don't get the idea of Nigerians wanting to just be so extreme, you push evil so much in such a way that, anyways, I feel that it should be regulated. The content should be regulated. There are some pranks that you cannot do. There are some messages you cannot send. That's one. Two, we need to educate ourselves on what our government expects of us when we go out to take content. Even just taking people's videos, putting them in such a vulnerable position, taking their videos and then broadcasting it should cost you something. It should not be free. You take my image when I am not expecting something, you embarrass me, and then you're able to now use that content to enrich yourself or popularize yourself. It must mean something.
You're even supposed to sign a release.
Yeah.
You are supposed to. All those people that you see on all those, they all sign releases before they are put on air.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll see how we can get our PRO to also make a few comments on this. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing pranks. I mean, there was an article by The Cable, was an article talking about a lab technician, Kevin Berlin, in the U.S., in Kentucky, U.S., saying that he had warned his colleagues that due to his medical condition of anxiety disorder and panic attacks, he really doesn't like his colleagues to prank him at any time or organize any kind of surprise. Unfortunately, the company, despite Kevin's warnings, went ahead and pranked him and threw him on a surprise birthday party. He later sued the company and got $450,000 as compensation. And that's where a system is in place where you can get compensated. Now, the truth is that what pranksters don't realize that people are in various medical conditions.
Yes.
So and it can lead to death. It can lead to someone attack.
We have a story. There was a young boy in the university. They were just playing. When you go to then we didn't have. Now you can go. You want to swim? You go to a swimming pool. Then we go to the rivers to swim in the villages where we schooled then. And it was just, they wanted to prank him. They didn't ask him if he could swim or not. They just lifted this boy and threw him inside the river. Boah. Before we realized it, this boy drowned.
Did he die?
Before. Drowned now. Drowned. He died. That was it.
I was hoping that maybe they saved him.
No, they couldn't.
So even they could not swim?
They could not even swim. And then you're pranking people. Everybody came to learn how to swim that day. You're pranking people and you're throwing them. So it starts from a place of disrespect for other people. Let me tell you why I say disrespect. When you are doing something to somebody and the person says, I don't like it, and you insist and you keep doing it, that's how it starts. You feel, you must like it. Find a way to like it. Find a way to adjust to it. That is how I am. Find a way. And it gets us to a point where you now go around playing pranks on people without asking them. You don't care about their, like Mariah just said, about their health status. You don't know anything. You just believe that they will get used to it. They will come out of it. We will all laugh about this. We need to be very careful. And I like the fact that that guy sued the company. Abroad. When we start suing abroad, though, but we will get there. We'll get there. When you catch somebody, you know how these things work. you may not be able to do anything to those little ones because they don't have, you know, the kind of person you want to sue, they'll not be begging you to give them money for transportation to come to the court. You don't want that. You will now catch a big person who is found doing the same thing. The big person will be the scapegoat, and that's where government must come in, and individuals willing to sue people.
Big person.
Let me take this call from Sheung. Good morning, Sheung. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Good morning. Good
Morning.
lady.
Good morning.
Congratulations, Morayo,
Thank you,
on
sir.
the book launch.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, great morning. Yes, on the prank issue, I think there should be a body that will look into, you know, our content
Cost of governance.
creation, because a lot of it is not, you know, we're not patriotic one. It's mischievous too. So we should look at, government should begin to look into the content. There should be requirement for content, you know, content creations. And, you know, because we want a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of, you know, shares, because we need money. So, and then in Nigeria, we do more of bad news. Because, you know, the thing is that bad news travel far, bad news sell faster. So we do a lot more. So there should be a body that should be responsible for, you know, for that. We should reel out, you know, requirements. I've seen some beautiful pranks that you will laugh yourself out. The content very educative, you know, and again, maybe because we are not that creative here. You know, there are good creative content, you know, I mean, in respect to that pranking. Good one, not all these horrible one that we, you know, we share around. And it's because lawsuit in Nigeria is not that strong. If not, a lot of all these prank stars would have gone to jail.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Obejolo was saying make them pay. Most people who have money or who are big people will not bother doing that kind of thing. So the best bet for them, the best result is put them in jail. Just lock them up so that the ones coming behind will not try it. Because if you go and do the prank on someone and you kill somebody by mistake,
You know, a few comments on social media. Let's looking for some who have. I mean, I know that I know that this is not a Nigerian problem. I mean, across the world, people have played pranks and been gotten in trouble. But it's just that we've not really taken it seriously. We've not paid attention to the effects of it here. Maybe now that the police is getting involved, hopefully we can ensure that people understand the do's and don'ts. So, I mean, we can get a joke. There's some pranks that are actually fun, that can actually be interesting and engaging. But there are better ways of doing things.
You know the story that they always tell us when we're growing up, the boy who cried wolf?
Yeah.
Where you do something and you say it's a prank, and then when it truly happens, nobody would come out. So that particular one, I think you and I mentioned, where a girl was dropped off as if she had just been killed by a ritualist. And you need to see the number of Nigerians that came out, and you could see they were visibly shaken. They were visibly shaken by what they had seen. What if it happens tomorrow? It really happens tomorrow. They'll walk past. They'll walk past and think it's just another prank, especially in a place where we know that this is a problem that we are facing. So I'm happy that the police has decided to weigh into this matter. But Immaculate Boy here says it seems it's only when things get late or it affects us that we now take it serious. So he's thinking that this is something that we've always done, but nobody has, done anything about it, and it's a bit late. But it's better late than never. I'm happy that we're doing something about it.
And I don't think it's something that we've always done.
They just started gradually increasing the extremism.
Once social media came, people just saying you can develop content. How do you draw the numbers? How do you get people to follow you and like you?
It has to be evil content.
Yeah, so, and evil.
The good one I'm doing
evil.
now, they've not gone to subscribe to my
Evil
channel.
sells. Sex sells. Those are everything bad like that. Those are things that will attract people numbers to you. But you know, you know that it's, as I say, but I don't want us to lose the fun part of pranking, because they're two sides of this. Pranking can actually be fun. If we let loose a bit, pranking somebody can. So it's ensuring that we don't make it look like all pranking is bad. there can be nice, fun pranking, but it must be done properly and tastefully.
So
that people can
pranking,
enjoy
you
it.
must register your company if you're a pranking company. Or yes, you have to. So that when you are found in, even to protect yourself,
In
you
violation.
find yourself in a dicey situation, you can even say, I'm a registered prankster. I'm show your card before someone blows off your head or takes a bottle.
Let me take this call.
It's important to register yourself.
Good morning, Favor. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Good morning.
Morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you, madam.
Lunch. You look so beautiful that day. Yeah, Frank. Oh my God. This Frank thing is getting out of hand. I personally, I do not like Frank at all. And my advice is to content creators. If they want to prank, don't prank in a public place because you don't even know the status of some people. If somebody is hypersensitive, it can take somebody's life. Maybe you should prank in your bedroom or where people that you know. That is my contribution.
Okay. Let me go on a break. When I come back, we'll bring in our first PRO. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. All right. So we're told that our guest, unfortunately, can't be with us because he needs to attend other official matters this morning. So we'll bring him back some other time. But in the meantime, I'd like to take a few messages on this prank so we can move on to another topic. But do you have any comments on social media that we can take right now?
Yes, I have a few on YouTube. And Nam says, this black clown doing useless clowns, going into people's houses and other nonsense pranks and trying to play victim is easy because I am black. He's lucky he's not in a place the police would have had a blast. I think for a prankster, someone else. Yeah. So Gania says, most of these pranks are usually very annoying, especially that Trinity guy. He was once asked to use my premises for a skit. I declined immediately because our values don't align. Moritala Akande says, another thing about these pranks of a thing is by the time a prankster will want to pass a useful information that is capable of rescuing people from danger, people may not take him or her serious. Gbenga Oladele says, now wow, in as much as I don't support prank that goes extreme, I also think there are lots more important things government should look into, not people struggling to put food on their table.
At whose expense?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question.
Then Akonitaiwo says, whoever wants to prank should prank his family, not the public.
Exactly.
So whatever happens belongs to you and your family. Shikena.
Okay, so I think that's a nutshell, but we're going to wrap up on this. I think in a nutshell, the truth is that we need some kind of regulation around pranking.
Yeah.
There are pranksters who do this professionally. There are ways of doing it. We don't want to take the humor away from pranking. It can be fun. It can be interesting. I've seen pranks where people felt that they're coming to work somewhere and they get into the house. And maybe for example, there's a maid and she was hired to come and clean up a hotel room. And she comes in there and thinking she's cleaning up and she finds this big large cash and she's wondering, is this mine or she? So they're not trying to prank her to see, okay, is she going to keep it or going to hide it or going to report it? Either way, at the end of the day, she gets it as her gift. And we're all happy and excited. It's a nice love story, nice, good story. So there are ways of doing it that is a bit more, that is more interesting and lighter and fun than these ones that, as you said, morbid and can be very, very discomforting and disturbing to watch.
You can have heart attack, like those ones, those girls, those hookup girls.
Yeah.